Sure, my name is Cornell William Brooks, and I am the National President of the NAACP.
In 1964 and before, African Americans and other Americans were here protesting and demanding voting rights and civil rights. What are we doing back here today at Democracy Awakening?
That's an excellent question. So we are about to enter the first presidential election in 50 years without the full protection of the Voting Rights Act. And what we've seen all across the country is a calculated and Machiavellian frenzy of voter disenfranchisement. 5% of the electorate is affected by voter suppression in North Carolina. 600,000 voters are affected in Louisiana. 500,000 in Alabama. We have young people whose college IDs aren't being honored, high schoolers who are no longer able to pre-register to vote. And so what we see here is a multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-generational effort to suppress the vote, and we literally see the millennial generation fighting for the same rights that Julian Bond and John Lewis fought for when they were young men. So we're here with Democracy Awakening. The NAACP with the Democracy Initiative called for what we called Democracy Awakening and a Congress of Conscience. Coming back here tomorrow to engage in acts of civil disobedience on the doorstep of our democracy. Because we're clear, in the same way that the Free South Africa movement stood against apartheid, in the same way the Montgomery movement stood against discrimination and segregation in public accommodations, we are not going to stand for suppression of the vote, nor the corrupt influence of money in politics. What we have here is a very sophisticated form of legalized bribery. That's what's going on. So where you have untold, unseemly, uncalculable sums of money flowing into politics, disclosure rules that are murky. It is easier to get information about NSA than it is to get information about money in politics in this country. We can do something about that. The fact of the matter is we can pass an amendment to fix Citizens United. We can strengthen the Voting Rights Act through the Voting Rights Advancement Act. And we can have this Congress do its job, because I would note Article 2, Clause 2, Section 2 of the Constitution does not say anything in there about paid leave. It says nothing in there about a vacation. It says that the Senate is to advise and consent. You can't take off between now and Election Day or when the next president is sworn in to confirm a Supreme Court nominee. So that's why we're here. And I would note, look around you, you see a generationally diverse crowd. We have millennials, we have the Motown generation, we have baby boomers, we have Generation X, Y, because they get this. This is not about them, it's about us and this moment.
Excellent.